Rubber Boots reacts.
Rubber Boots reacts.
Rubber Boots reacts.
We are reacting to Puppy's favorite fighter. First, we'll talk about this. One of the guys who helped Jussie Smollett fake his attack.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is now using his newfound fame of helping Jussie Smollett fake an attack.
Did he go to jail, that guy? Or did he plead?
No, I don't know if he went yet. I would imagine his involvement in it at some point will.
Right. Unless those two guys got immunity
deals
for testifying against Jussie Smollett.
Which they probably did, because I believe they did testify against them.
Right.
So now, anyway, he's using his newfound fame to now challenge Jake Paul to a fight, because as he calls it, all he's fought was washed up UFC fighters. Mm-hmm. Not sure where that puts this particular guy who's a washed up conspiracy.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, you guys know how I feel about Jake Paul, but I think he's going to do better than that guy as far as the credibility of his next opponent.
I think so too, but I know how you feel about Jake Paul, but the way Sports Illustrated, a reputable publication in the sports world, feels about him is that he is the breakout boxer of the year for 2021.
100%.
Thoughts?
Who else could there be, to be honest with you? I hate to say
he is boxing right now.
But he has not fought an actual boxer yet.
Yeah, listen, but he's still doing the sport.
But it's celebrity boxing.
Listen, I don't...
Are we saying boxing's dead then? Is boxing completely dead when a guy off the street can walk in, be not better than anyone within the actual sport, and be celebrated as the best newcomer?
Let me ask you a question, Stuff. Aside from all these Jake Pauls, thank you. Aside from all these Jake Paul fights, in the last 5 years, what is the biggest boxing match that's taken place?
I mean, Wilder and the 3 Wilder fights that happened. Those were big.
I'm going to say
Canelo's fought.
I'm going to say it's Money Mayweather versus Conor McGregor.
That was the okay. No, but within the sport, if you actually follow it, there are fights. I mean,
there are. And I know Canelo's doing really well. There's a couple other people. I'm not big on boxing, but my point is, to Puff's point, the sport, after Mike Tyson, you could argue, unfortunately, has suffered with not enough big name guys. Lennox Lewis as well, even Lennox. I mean, God bless Lennox Lewis, Canadian champion, worldwide figure, but he never had the cachet as a certainly never Ali or a Tyson. You could argue the middleweight division with Manny Pacquiao, even probably, that division has probably held up the fighting game as well. But I would say that the sport as a whole has taken a backseat to UFC. It has. I believe
for sure. Yeah, it's definitely taken a backseat. My thing is this: there's a difference between, recognition and popularity. And for a publication like Sports Illustrated, that's supposed to be about the actual sport itself, to name this guy fighter of the, newcomer of the year, it's ridiculous. He hasn't had a real boxing match yet.
I think
I understand. I think he's bringing the sport of boxing. He's probably one of the most popular figures, within it. But that's in pop culture. That's not within the actual sport itself. Like, how would we feel if, Justin Bieber playing hockey in some pickup game, which obviously has happened, that goes viral, and all of a sudden people start referring to Justin Bieber as the breakout hockey player of the year?
It would be similar.
I think what it is Sports Illustrated just trying to create a news cycle by doing something controversial, which is kind of bothers me with everything with media right now. Is everything is about creating news cycles, your own news cycle by saying something, and it did work.
Podcast.
I'm with Les. Like, for our younger audience listening, I don't think you have any idea how popular boxing was back in the day.
True.
When I would watch Saturday fights on CBS all the time. Boxing was present every single weekend. I, as a 15-year-old, my favorite athlete was Aaron Pryor, a boxer who died after head injuries. So is it Lou Reed? Hurry home early. Hurry on home. Boom Boom Mancini's fighting Bobby Chacon. You know that song?
I don't know the song, but
all right. Is that a Hall-and-Ass classic?
Boom Boom. I think it's Lou Reed. But Boom Boom Mancini was big, like Alexis Arguello, besides the Haglers and the Sugar Ray Leonards and everybody. There was boxing was massive, and it's disappeared. Is there any chance we talked about this at the beginning of the whole Jake Paul thing? Is there any still small part of you that thinks all these guys are taking dives?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't think. I don't think they. If it came out they were, I wouldn't be like. Oh,
the last one looked
stunned,
a little divish to me. The way he was just purely knocked out, it looked.
See, I think that's inexperienced opponents that are leaving themselves open. Like that last knockout you're talking about, that guy was like that most of the match. Like Jake Paul could have cleaned this clock a lot sooner, I felt like.
Yeah.
But Jake Paul is basically saying that like he's killing these guys because they're not boxers. And that these guys are extremely good fighters. They all were top of their game when they were doing MMA, but it's different than boxing. And he's a boxer. And an inexperienced boxer, probably compared to some professionals, but he still doesn't mean he's not a good fighter.
So who's he going to fight now? Mayweather?
There's still no measuring stick, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think most people thought he was going to get his ass kicked by all these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he's beat them all, I think, has been surprising. And what's given him more credibility is it's like, oh, actually, these guys are real fighters, but they're not boxers, and that's probably why he's having success.
Yeah, he's got to fight him. He's got to fight an actual boxer.
No.
Yeah. And I think that'll come.
And
you
if
love
that
him,
happens, and
you love him.
If that
I think he's great. I think
is it over for him though?
No, I don't think so.
Is his entire career on the line once he gets a legit opponent?
Yes.
Yeah, I
don't think so. Because I think people, he's done a good job of making himself where people either like him or they want to see him get destroyed. Yeah. And I think if either result happens, people will pay to watch it.
Yeah, but to Jimmy's point, if he gets destroyed, that's it. I think it's over.
No, people will pay
the mystique.
But I don't think I don't think people think this guy's the greatest fighter in the world. I mean, if he fought any top boxer, he would get it handed to him. Mm-hmm. But I think with his level of experience, he's doing a lot better than I think people thought.
And who knows? Stuff that Sports Illustrated did is actually helps him a tremendous lot because people just keep talking about how he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah,
of course. See him knocked out in the next fight. So it definitely, that type of news cycle definitely helps him as well.
Let's get to boxing. Sorry.
Let the Looper do his thing.
No. I was just going to say. I mean, boxing doesn't have the best reputation as far as being, corrupt. So I mean, listen, it could happen that absolutely these guys are taking dives. So it's hard to say. But anyway, continue, James, please.
No, the Looper has done his job. I was going to get us to listener mail before the Looper has to loop his way out of here.